Hey everybody, this is Mr. Ross. In this video we are going to be talking about common multiples and least common multiple. If you are unsure what multiples are, I would recommend reviewing the video that I have posted on multiples. If you just need a quick refresher, I have the definition of multiple at the top. A multiple is found when you multiply that number by another number. You can also skip count to find these multiples. Now, common multiples come up when we list the multiples for two or more numbers and find that they share the same number for a multiple. If we think about what it means to have something in common with someone else, we share that same trait, like maybe you both have brown hair, or you share the same interests, like maybe you both love watching football. You have that in common with another person. It is a shared trait or a shared interest. Well, the same thing goes for multiples. If we make a list of the multiples for two numbers, like these two down below for 3 and 4, and if we find that the same numbers are coming up for both numbers on both lists, then those are common multiples. So let's start by listing multiples of 3. And let's maybe go up to, let's say, maybe 30. So 3, 6, 9, 12. Remember, these are just jumping by 3 every single time. Right, every jump adds 3. And remember, we are getting these numbers from multiplying 3 times another factor. Right, so if you're confused where we're getting all those numbers from, well, there's 3, there's 3, here's our 6, there's our 6, and we'll do one more, there's our 9, there's our 9. Remember, that side of the equal sign right there is called the product, but it's also a multiple of each of our factors, which are the numbers that are being multiplied. Okay, well, let's start listing some multiples of 4. Now remember, we're not jumping by 3 anymore, we're jumping by 4. Whatever the number is that we're trying to find multiples for, that is the amount that we are jumping by each time. Now let's take a moment and find the common multiples. Okay, well, a common multiple that I see is 12 and 12. Another one that I see is 24 and 24. Now, if we keep listing these multiples, we would find common multiples at 36, at 48, at 60, and so on. There's an infinite amount of multiples, which means there's an infinite amount of common multiples as well. But now let's talk about that least common multiple up there in green. The least common multiple is the smallest number that two numbers share as multiples. Well, I just listed out 12, 24, 36, 48, 60. Those are common multiples of 3 and 4. But what's the smallest number of those common multiples? Well, it's the first number that they land on that they have in common, which is 12. So the least common multiple, I'll write it just below, LCM, least common multiple, is 12. Now, one thing I want to point out is that 12 is just the product of 3 times 4, which are just the two numbers that we're skip counting by in the first place. The product of the two numbers is not always going to be the least common multiple, but in this case it was. Now I have a couple more problems for you to try out. I still have the definition of multiple and least common multiple up there, but this time I want you to see if you can find the least common multiple of 5 and 6. Just like in other videos, I will show the answer in just a few moments, but until then, I want to say thank you for watching, and I hope that this was helpful.